Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz's Buzzworthy Business. I'm Steve Strum, and with me, as always, is the sensational Colonel Chris Budihas.
Thank you.
Good to see you, sir.
It.
I almost forgot what you look like.
I know. It's been a while.
You know, you look the exact same. But you know what? We are not here to talk about you.
I didn't think
we
so.
are actually here to talk about Sonya Marchisillo. Did I get that right?
Yes.
From Pinnacle Communications Group.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
What is a Pinnacle Communications Group?
We are a full-service physical security company. So we do everything that it takes to ensure your entire facility, most importantly, your people.
And what kind of products and services do you provide?
We provide devices, so
Okay.
security cameras, access control, gate access, two-way radio communication, really just kind of whatever encompasses protecting whatever building that you have or whatever your facility is.
Your company's been around since 2020?
We were born in COVID, so
Okay,
yeah,
congratulations.
we just turned.
You survived.
We did survive. We did survive. And it's funny because when we first launched, I wanted to find something that was going to be okay inside of a pandemic, but also thrive outside of a pandemic. So
that's fascinating. You know, we've been doing the show for years now, and you know, when COVID was here, we did the show. It was a lot of virtual stuff, right? You know, the producers were way on the other side of the building. We're over here mic'd up. You know, a security company, I get the concept. We live in a much different environment than when we grew up, where we need to have those things. It's not just like, oh, it's cool to have video camera. Now you literally need it to help loss prevention, to help, you know, keep our employees and our customers safe. Why did you choose 2020 to launch a business in securing of facilities?
well, it was actually by accident. So I have two 18-year-old daughters at that time. Yeah. One was a freshman at the College of Charleston. The other one was a valedictorian for one of the local high schools.
Okay.
But when the pandemic happened, their whole life just kind of shut down. Yeah. And so I was going to work every day. My husband was going to work every day. And there was just not an outlet for the girls. And he said, if it's not out there, you have to create it. Yeah. And so it really just kind of got the wheels turning. And that's really where it was born. Yeah. And then when we were looking at what could we do that would create an outlet that would be something that would sustain in a pandemic, but also thrive outside of a pandemic, it kept coming back to retail. Yeah. Then we drilled down a little bit more, and we found out that only 5% of women are in technology. 2.5% are minority women.
Really?
0.5 are actual C-suite or a founder or an owner. And I looked at the girls and I said, this is our niche. This is what we're going to do. We're going to move those numbers and, you know, push the needle. And that's what we've done in the last 4 years.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So where do you see your company going in the next 3 to 5 years?
Eventually, I think we're going to continue to just keep expanding here in Florida. We just went global in January. We picked up our first global client in January, so that's really cool. We're excited about that. Yeah. We are working now in a network throughout the nation, so we're really proud of the growth that we've had and the potential that we've seen over the last 4 years.
Oh, wow.
It is amazing. You know, it is the mother of necessity is the cause of inspiration. I think I probably got that wrong somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah. In another segment, you know, Chris is happy if I can get it right 70% of the time. So we're good. One thing that we were talking about a little off camera in some work that I guess all of us have done with the Office of the Mayor, Chris and I have actually done a lot of work with the Mayor's office in a program called JSEB. And now for the folks that are watching this that may not know what a JSEB is, would you share with us a little bit about what your experience of JSEB, what is a JSEB, what was your experience, and how did that help the little guy, so to speak?
Sure. So JSEB is the Jacksonville Small Emerging Business. It's a department inside the city that really emphasizes and strives on showcasing small business, helping us go out and capture contracts, access to capital, do all the things that small businesses struggle with every single day. Yeah. And they really built a network. There's kind of a coalition of us who are holding each other's hands and picking each other up and showing up at these different events that really tell people that there is an advocate for you down in the city with JSEB. Greg Grant has done a tremendous job. He came into this new administration and he just kind of took off. I mean, he's rocket fuel really when it comes to moving the needle. And
I don't know when he sleeps.
I don't think he does.
No, not judging by the emails that we receive anyway.
Yeah. Him and I can have conversations at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. I'm a morning person. I get up at 4:30 every day. Yep. And he's the same personality. I mean, he's down there really advocating for small business. But what's great about it is it puts us in a category where we're kind of in a silo. So if there is special set-asides or there's things where the city can go after additional funding or there's federal money or you have to use a minority company, the biggest thing about being a JSEB is those are the qualifiers. You know, you want to be able to really make the most of whatever your company is doing. But if there's an advantage to you because you are a woman, because you are Hispanic, because you are of any ethnicity, use those to your advantage, because I'll tell you, I have seen remarkable differences in the way that the JSUB program was prior and the way that it is now.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I figured that. I heard some same testimony from people that have been in JSUB for a while.
Yeah.
And what we're hoping to do is like propagating this word across, our city is 20,000 small businesses. You got a little bit less than 400 in JSUB. You're losing money by not being in JSUB.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the terrible part about it is those set aside dollars, if you don't use them, they're reallocated. Or they sit there.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you don't know that they're there for you to be able to go after, it's not a benefit to anybody.
Oh, when you think about some of the projects coming in downtown Jacksonville and then Jacksonville in general, as we kind of wrap this up, I mean, just use the stadium. It's probably the best example, right? $1.5 billion, it'll be $2 billion before it's done. It's just the way it is. But, of that 1.5, that means $1 billion. That means 300 million of those contracts, dollars of revenue, are set aside for people that qualify in JSUB.
Right.
And it's not just janitorial, it's not just construction.
No.
Think about yours, IT security, right? It's everything.
It's workforce development, it's secretarial, it's any kind of management, it's human resources, it's every aspect of whatever it takes to whatever it takes to put that stadium to get it standing on its feet. There's 20% of that is set aside money for small businesses, specifically to infuse the local economy, and I think that's amazing.
That's huge.
That is awesome. Well, what we will do, I got one question left, but for all of the things that are your business, we'll make sure to hang all your links on our website, which is thedailynewsnetwork.com. People can click and find out about you. But the question that we have for you, that we ask everybody on the show today, is what do you love most about Jacksonville?
I think just off the cuff, I love that it's a big little city because it is. It's so big, but everybody kind of knows everybody, and I think that's more of like the family feel, or it's the neighborly feel. So I think that's what I really like most about it.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. And of course, Chris, we can't do it without you, man, always.
Good to see you.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us today on the Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us, and remember, live with gratitude.